Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a great week. So last week we saw follow through. You can see here we continued the follow through to the upside. And so this week, what would be our key level to watch for? We can start all the way from the previous all-time high. That would essentially, be the level that the market would need to hold above or protect over. You can pretty much see that we are opening the week above that level. So that's super nice. You can see that even when we did break out and come back, you can see that we pretty much held support here at 5,300 and we're continuing to push higher. But with that being said, we do know that we are in a wave 3 and the market is extended and it will likely pull back at some point. But I do think that we still do. This is my wave 1, my wave 2. We go up for a wave 3, we came down for a wave 4, and we probably push up for that wave 5 in this wave 3 chart. And you can see I pretty much have a channel drawn out. And I do think that we will at some point pull back. I just don't think this wave 3 is done yet. And only if we do break this 5,300 will we come down to 5,230. So I mean, as long as we hold above, so the next level to break, if we break 4,344, then I do think we can push up to 4,398. And this is potentially where this wave 3 could end. I mean, it can overshoot and push up even to like 4,5450. But yeah, I mean, I am watching to see where we do reject, and I will watch for a reversal candle before it comes down for the wave 4. But yeah, regardless on the smaller time frame, this is still what I see. We look at the chart of the dollar. We did last time we spoke about the dollar, or we've been talking about it. We spoke about how we're going to come down to the bottom of this channel, and which was why we were long. So far, that has played out. So you may ask me, like, hey, what's next, right? We came down to the bottom of the channel. As I mentioned last time, the path remains the same. It's literally we have to wait and watch to see what happens next, right? So if you are bullish on the dollar, I would get more bullish. If we can break and stay above this 105.2, then we can again go back to the top of the channel. But if it's just this oversold bounce into resistance and we can't break and hold above, then the next time that we test the support, we're more likely going to break. When we do break below this 104.3, we have a lot more room. We very likely break this low. So yeah, this is a very crucial juncture. So it's important to see happens with the dollar. Even the 10-year, we spoke about the channel, and you can see here we're pretty much at the bottom of the channel. So it'll be super interesting to see whether it's just having that bounce off support into resistance and will we go down, or is it gonna stay on this path and push up again to the top of the channel. So all of these, right, again, pretty interesting part of the market that we're in. So I would say it's a pretty good time to be a little more cautious. I wouldn't go pretty deep or high position values. So yeah, again, the wicks we have, I did tell you that it's going to come back into $12. And you can see that we have pretty much bounced every single time that we've come into this box. So it's just, I would say that's the reason, again, a wave 3 rejection finish. You could see here the wicks coming into the support it is going to bounce off of that, and that would be your wave 4 sell-off before we come down for the wave 5, and then you will have a mega wicks bounce. So that is ideally what I'm seeing in the wicks as well. So with that being said, let's look at this week's watch list. I'm back on Tesla. Again, the reason for that is you can see we had an inside week, and this again, let me go to the daily chart. You can see this is one breakout. You can see here it's trying to stabilize, and this is another minor breakout. So for me, it's very simple. You stay over 178, 179, and we could very easily push up to 200 and even 220. So and I would have a stop at 175. You break 175, 170, then again, we do have a massive gap to 144. This fails and can't stay above, then it's very simple. For me, the two paths are pretty obvious. If my long fails at 170, I'll flip short. So this will make a very nice volatile move. So that's why I have Tesla on this week's watch list. The next one I have is LLY. And again, you can see we've been rejecting 790 since Feb. So it's been 4 months of it just continuously getting rejected at, 790. And at some point, so many rejections usually lead to a breakdown. So you can see we did again have that rejection. So I do think that and we are opening lower. So if we can continue the forced selling from that level, I do think that we could, right below 760, come down to 750. So I do think we're going to push back down. So that will make a nice short. And if we do break 750, that has a lot more room, this gap down here. So that's what I'm watching, right? As long as it stays below this resistance, breaks back in, we could have a sell-off on LLY. That's what I have for LLY. And the next one that I have is, I have, again, Microsoft. Yeah, so again, we've pretty much, I said, as long as we can like stay over this level, we're likely going to follow through. We stayed over. We had a fake out on earnings. And then again, we pretty much didn't break the earnings low. So again, as soon as we broke back into the channel, you can see that we're pretty much on the same path that I have been looking at. So, I mean, I do think that we continue. So if we can hold over 421, at the very least, we're going to push into 427. And this will probably make a new high at 430. So I have Microsoft calls over 421. And again, I have a lower pivot. If it can break below, let's say 417, then I'd be looking for weakness in Microsoft. And last but not the least, I have is Airbnb again. The reason for that is you can see here, we pretty much had a really bad earnings and we've just gone sideways. Again, that does not mean that we have to break down. So you can see here, this is the level that I have. As long as you stay above 144, this can to the upside before it goes lower. But if this sideways is just a wave 4, then below 144, we're going to come down to 140 and probably even lower. So yeah, in both cases, I'm still going to be weak. And you can see here, this is support. So if it does break below support, it will have a lot of weakness on Airbnb. All right, guys, that's all I have for this week. I hope you have a great day.
Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more Wolf's weekly Wavelist videos and other content.